What is up, y'all? Another week has come and gone. So now that we are officially all done with all of the 4th of July festivities, we are getting back down to the grind. And I thought, what better way than to go ahead and get the questing cape out of the way? So I looked it up the other day. We are about to get all of our new quest coming up here in on the 23rd, July 23rd, I believe. So I thought, man, I really want to be able to get the Elite Lumbridge Diaries done. So what was the biggest thing that was going to hold me back? It was going to be the quest cape. Well, I didn't want to have to worry about continually keeping up with quest. I think maybe it's only one coming out, but I thought there was a chance of more. So I thought, let's go ahead, knock out the final two quests we had. So this week, we are knocking out Desert Treasure 2, we are knocking out Dragon Slayer 2, and we're knocking out Night at the Theater. Three moderately challenging quest lines that are pretty well known in this game that lead to so much more content that we're going to get to explore for the first time ever. So tune in and let me know what you guys think. We'll see you on the other side.
In a world where one man pretends to be a woman meets another man pretending to be a woman meets another man who's a man?
Yeah, y'all know they changed that quest. We could have all been guys.
Together, these three come to create the GIM nobility, where they progress their accounts to become the next Master Iron Man group. This is SpicyIron Adventures.
Okay, so just like I said, we are going to begin our adventure of questing. So, we're going to start this off with the classic Dragon Slayer 2. The real question is, can I manage to do this quest without the quest helper after only having completed it 3 times? Let's give it a shot, shall we? And there you have it, just a short 2 seconds later, and we've already made it over to Vorkath. So we've never actually done this before with the Bofa, but I figured we've got it, so let's use it, you know what I mean? Brian was nice enough to make us some of these anti-venoms, so we're going to kind of see how they pan out, if they can help us out on this. They're not the extendeds, so it's like a super short amount of time, and I think when I come back to grind this boss... Oh, shoot. There we go. I think when I come back to grind this boss, we will end up just using anti-poisons, but I feel like I've still got the pattern down here, you know? It hasn't been too long. I've always used the anti-dragon shield. I even had a T-bow, and I don't think I ever came here with the T-bow. So, we're going to give it a go here, man. This is, he's nerfed. I get that. It's the quest version. It's not going to be too hard. So, yes, I understand that. But, ooh, handy tip here on the side. Make sure you turn your run off. That, I remember also sucking at a lot of times, because I would always have my run on. And I'm not confident enough to keep attacking while doing this. So, but yeah, all that to be said, dude, we are going to rock this out. This is actually just slicing through him. I'd be interested after this quest is over to come back and see how much of a difference it is. And how much we're actually going to need to reevaluate and rethink. Or just get the crystal armor. I think that's kind of the nice thing, is having the... crystal armor should make it even more powerful. But yeah, it's really not that bad, man. I expected to be taking a lot more damage. I'm also doing this at a lot higher level than I've done them in the past, so that makes a difference as well. So yeah, here we go, taking on the blue guy, and just like that, he's gonna be dead here. Oh, never mind. Just like that, he's gonna start clicking and just nailing us here real quick. Yeah, well, it is what it is. It's not the end of the world here. Once you get into position there, got plenty of food. You gotta just get over the rusties, man. Just get over the rusties. There you go. There you go. first kill on Vorkath of many. Now on to the next. Haha. 1, 2, skip a few, 99. Okay, we're a lot further along now. We are on to these final bosses here, or mini bosses, I guess. But it is now time to... maybe I'm not taking on Galvek yet. It's now time to do the metal ones. Hip hip. Hooray. I forgot how many dragons you have to fight here. And now I realize I forgot to record the Galvek fight. But hey, look, congrats, he's dead. And the next guy is caught on fire and he's burning. And I would be lying if I told you I killed him on the first try. That was probably about 3 attempts, I want to say. I don't think I ever died. I'm trying to think now. No, I didn't die. But definitely had to teleport out a couple times to get to safety there and then switched. I tried it with the Bofa at first. No dice on the Bofa. If you're doing this quest, make sure you are running this with your crossbow and the ruby bolts. That's the way to do it. Don't try to do it any other way. Also, I don't remember this cutscene. So, we're going to watch it together, right? Wrong. Look, Ray, these two guys right here, they're about to bust out. And this is how Jagex is setting us up. So that way we can have a Dragon Slayer 3 in the future. Ready? Here it comes. I don't... is this what it is? 3, 2, 1. Oh, maybe they're not going to bust out. Maybe this is where they kill him. Oh, no, they're coming to life. Boom, there we go. Called it. Interesting. There you go. That's the perfect setup to Dragon Slayer 3. This is exactly why we are... oh, there's a bunch of them. This is exactly why we are getting this quest cape. So that way, when this quest comes out and we have a freaking 4-hour quest to do, I don't think it took me that long. I think it took me about 2 hours to complete this whole thing. But then we don't have to worry about it. And now, once we start finishing this up and then getting... I think smithing is the only other thing to get up. We'll be able to actually go in there and... I mean, really go in there and finish up with... oh my goodness, what's it called? Fairy rings. But there you go. Final quest. Or not final quest, but... final Dragon Slayer 2 agility up to 77. Love to see it. Love to see it. Wilderness Slayer dungeon. Not that we're ever going to go in there. And then I think we can go out somewhere and we can be able to get, what's the word? Be able to get some experience. So we are going to look this up here real quick and see what we gotta do. But yeah, Night of the Theater left. Dragon Slayer 2 left. Or Desert Treasure 2 left. We're going to knock these out, man. Let's just power through this week. Get it all done with. And get that quest cape. Next on the docket, we headed right back to Slayer. But that right there, my friends, is our second claw. So it's time to throw those bad boys together and make a set of burning claws. Heck yeah. And those are actually a lot easier to make. You literally just click 1 and 1 together, and that creates it. I expected there to be like a hammer needed or something. So yeah, burning claws, check them out, check them out. No need to get dragon claws anymore because these are better, right? They're the same, whatever. It doesn't matter. We got them, baby. Bro, I thought I finally got the next synapse, but that is burning claw number 3 now. Dang. Okay, Slayer is over with for now. Let's move on to the next quest here. This is Desert Treasure 2. Never in my life have I done this quest. I don't really know much of anything about this quest, except this is what you have to do in order to take on all the new bosses and everything for grinding out the better rings and whatnot. So, but again, look, we're trying to get this 88 smithing. There you go, I was right earlier. 88 smithing is what we're going to need. That's going to be the other hardest thing. So I guess we'll grind that out some more. We said we were going to do it anyways when we started getting on this crystal stuff, and I hate smithing. We stopped. But yeah, we're going to try out Desert Treasure 2 here. So that way we can get that cloak whatever it is so that we can emote for the wise old man and tell him that we're just as good as he is. And then we'll have to do, not a museum too, but here we go. Let's head on in here. We are using Runelight for this. I'm not trying to take any chances. We want to knock this quest out and get it done before I have to go home and get back onto dad duty. So here we go. Alright, so we have literally just grabbed whatever it told us to grab and are just following this step by step. But as we're doing this, I'd be interested if you guys have noticed a difference in like the sound quality on these microphones. Let me know. I've switched microphones recently. I'm not sure I like the new one much better. I like that it's like the boom mic stand and everything like that, but then you have to stick it in your ears or whatnot to hear anything. So it's a little bit different. But yeah, what mics, for those of you guys that use mics, what do y'all use? We're doing this on a budget setup, man, you know. Once again, dad here, can't afford anything crazy, but I'm always curious if this is the right mic to use. I couldn't even tell you it's a Moano. It's kind of like Moana. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys are doing videos or anything like that and all other stuff. What kind of mics do you use? Does it sound as bad as I think it sounds? You know? Let me know. Listen, Tina. This is what happens when I get distracted by talking about other things. I didn't look ahead. Apparently, we're at a boss fight. Thankfully, I have my whip on me. I just read up here in the top left corner. It does, I think if you have your pickaxe or something like that, he can't heal back as soon. Yeah. So, was not expecting a boss fight. Didn't come with any food. No prayer potions. So, hopefully we can just kind of get through this guy real quickly here. He hasn't been too bad. But yeah. If you're going through these quests, make sure you pay attention. Boss fights, they sneak up on you. Fun fact, we beat that boss. It really wasn't that hard, so it's not going to be the end of things. But yeah, we went ahead right after we got up there and read ahead a little bit just to make sure we have no other bosses sneaking up on us. But the quest goes on. Alright, so we are headed off to our first like big boss fight now. But I hadn't recorded a lot of this other stuff. But dude, these little guys freaking suck. I did not realize they were going to be that big of a headache. But they can run fast, man. This ain't no Walking Dead. These motherfuckers are like chasing you down. So when you get to this, you know, definitely keep the stamina pots rolling. That's why the quest guide tells you that you want to have stamina pots. They will come after you with a sick vengeance. But all that to be said, Vardorvis is here. Time to see how difficult of a fight this will be. I'd be lying if I told you this was my first time getting in on this guy. Vardorvis sucks, bro. Helpful hint here. I think we'll see it here. Here we go. Yep. So, yep, there you go. See, if you're not fast enough, you get screwed over by that stupid little needle spitter thingy. So if you don't put up protect from range, that thing will knock you out quick, and then he just starts packing it on. And I watched a video that warned me about it, and I didn't realize, like, it is serious. Make sure that you are actually protecting. But yeah, dude, and this just, yeah, I'm not a fan of Vardorvis. It's gonna take a little bit of practice here. This is the easy part, at least. And then, yeah, just make sure you stay on top of that little thing, because, yep, see, yeah, there we go again, see? Like I said, and then everything combos, oh, see, combos, everything, and then it all just starts throwing stuff. Good Lord have mercy, I wasn't made for bossing, bro. This is why we're trying to get better at it, but there you have it, guys. Even people who can't do this crap normally will get through this. We will finish this quest, or we will die trying. Alright, as you can tell, we went with the die option last round. Yeah, that didn't work out too hot. But also, I realized, I don't know if y'all saw that or not, but I was set up to use thralls. I just realized I kept forgetting to use my freaking thralls. So we are using them. Ooh, yikes, dude. Talking gets you attacked. Oh, ice. Oh my freaking word, dude. Don't go in the corners. That's like the #1 rule. Hang on. Heal up. Let's pop these puppies out. Let's heal up a little bit more here real quick. Oh my goodness, bro. You probably should run here. This isn't worth it. You know, I said thralls. We were doing really good, man. We were doing really freaking good. There we go. We land that. But I don't know, man. Shoot. All right, come on. Yeah, thralls. Definitely use your thralls here. I can't stress that enough. Oh my goodness. But we're focusing on making sure we hit the little needle. All right, we're out of food. We're just going to pile through this here real quick. Hit the needle. Go back to protect from that. Get out of the way of that. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, we're back at it. Oh, don't make me come over here again. Oh, too late. Oh, nope. Oh. Run. Nope. Try again later. There we go. Much better that time. Just took a few times and not filming, but look at that. I still have almost all my food. So it was night and day compared to the last couple times I've tried this out. But Bardarvis is down. On to the next. Alright, fun fact. Everything I read said that you were supposed to use a crossbow, but guess what? We have the Bofa. This guy wasn't too bad. This is where my brother was stuck for the longest time. I did run away once from him, but all in all, he really wasn't too bad. I wasn't quite ready for what he could throw on the ground. So when you get to this stage, just make sure you're knocking out what he throws on the ground. Like, don't go over it. That's what I mean by knocking it out. And then you should be totally golden. So moving on. All right, that's another boss down, the Leviathan. That actually wasn't too hard. I was expecting that to be way worse, but we got all that done. Lots of good anglerfish there. But yeah, I didn't even realize we got to the final phase. Yet again, dude, the Bofa reigns supreme. There's a reason why all guides out there say, oh, just use the Bofa. Don't worry. Maybe I'll come back here, and when I actually start grinding this thing, I'll take a look and see if I can make a guide on it when I'm like really comfortable. But yeah, that is now the end of Desert Treasure 2. So there's a few more other bosses here, but yeah, as you can tell here at the very end, I totally forgot to plug in my mic. So I spent a lot of time there talking over the mic and nothing working. But yeah, finished up the quest here. We are going to throw everything, well, almost everything into ranged. Want to try to focus on getting to level 90 there. So that is the goal for range. And then we'll throw the last little bit into, I don't know. I think we're just going to throw it all into, yeah, we'll throw it into prayer. But yeah, so we have got that up there now. Another prayer level 75 coming in hot. We are slowly working our way to the point that when we actually get to Cox, we can make use of those prayer scrolls and everything. But yeah, that is officially Desert Treasure 2 down. That quest took me about 9 hours to complete. So if you have yet to do this, make sure you sit there and have plenty of time. But next up, Night at the Theater, man. I struggled with this last time. Let's not struggle this time. Well, while we are in between quests, Brian told me, there you go, that's the one right there. I knew that was fast, man. Alright, so we decided we'd come back and go ahead and do his story here real quick. Brian had mentioned to me that really the reason why he's doing better than me is because he's using knives, not darts. I've always been told darts is the way to go. So we went ahead, we decided to go throw it with knives. The black knives, I had plenty of them. And yeah, dude, it definitely, you get a little bit more range. I was actually hitting a lot more with the Chally. Having the whip right now, that helps a ton. But yeah, super stoked about that. I looked at what the other achievement's going to be. It's going to not be happening. So that was, I can't remember what that was, 2 minutes or a minute 45. Hang on, let's pull this up here real quick and take a look at what it is. The other one. So we got one left. What is it, 36 seconds. Yeah, that's not happening, bro. But still, one of our speed trials done, man. I was never planning on being a speedist, if you will. So, but yeah, let's see. Alright, we forgot to hit record when we started this quest, but Theater Blood Night or whatever is done. we've gotten the first boss completed, and we've gotten ourselves our first combat achievement. Didn't know that was possible. And the bloat is done, and another combat achievement completed right there with him. I will say the bloat was actually freaking way easier than I thought, and that's what everybody says they struggle on. But yeah, done. And another one done, and another combat achievement. Dude, this place feeds you combat achievements. That was just making sure he didn't look at you and you hit him. It was as easy as that, man. Holy freaking cow. And last but not least, we have made it through. We died the first time on this, but we got through the second time. That second time was a little bit easier. We still ate through a good bit, but yeah. And another combat task completed just for beating this thing, dude. That's freaking nice. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, just beating it on beginner mode. So yeah, we are officially done with Theater of Blood, which, if you know what that means, it means we're going to go get our loot, which is going to be garbage. And then we're going to go get the real loot. Can you say Quest Cape? Little dance right there. All right. Let's see the loot. Yeah, see? Garbage loot, bro. But I don't care. We were here for that Quest Cape. Well, let's go grab that real quick. I guess before we grab that, we might as well come over here and actually finish the quest. And then what can we throw this into? Okay, we're just gonna throw all this into range experience because again, I hate training range, so everything into range. The rest we can do easily at Naguas. That one not so much. The glory of those sulfur Naguas, man. If you haven't done them yet, start doing them now. But now, Quest Cape, come talk to the wise old man. Good day, dear boy. Give me, yep, here you go. I don't know why we have to pay you so much. And boom, bam, bro. That is our Quest Cape. Let's come out here. Let's equip it. Show it off. Don't hit teleport like I remember to check. Whoo, that looks good, buddy. We're not going to be able to use this in about a month because we're going to have to redo it all. But, bro, that is clean. Let's see the emote. UFOs take those who have completed the Quest Cape. Let's freaking go. Now, where am I supposed to go? I think I go to Lumbridge now to show this off. So let's take a look here. Lumbridge Diaries. And I go to the wise old man's. Oh, I'm freaking stupid. Let's walk inside and show this off again. Where? What? Did that not work? Oh, there you go. You have to complete the emote. Let's go. That's an elite task done.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining in on another week. We are obviously hanging out here with level 79 smithing, trying to work our way up. We are going for that 85, I want to say is what we're shooting for here now. I'm blanking. I think it's 85 that we're shooting for. We're going to hang out here until 85, because why not? But I told you guys I wouldn't show you all that. So, once again, man, thank you guys so much for coming, watching all these videos, dude. I actually enjoy making these things most of the time. Sorry I've been so behind, as you guys know. But we are going to just kind of keep grinding it out here for a little bit. Still working on doing our 4 gauntlets every day. One of these days we'll get a full outfit. But, dude, loving the progress that we are making on this Iron Man right now. So, as you can see, we're level 90 attack. 85 defense. We're going to start working on that. We got to 90 range, and we're actually halfway through that now. So we are slowly just growing this up. I think Magic needs to start getting focused on to get up to 94. I think my goal is eventually we're going to keep working on construction, obviously, because we want to get up to 99 eventually. Got a lot of stuff banked for it, but I guess we'll do more plank make, but that's going to take cash, which will come from the gauntlets. So, it's all a trickle down. And then eventually we'll start getting more and more into like little bosses and trying to get these greater demon tasks and stuff like that. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Please like and subscribe, leave a comment and tell me what you guys want to see. The comments help out a ton, obviously. And if you'll leave a like, that helps out with that algorithm. And again, did I mention, don't forget to subscribe. We're trying to blow this thing up, and there will be more guides as we start getting more and more confident with each of these bosses and, putting together these beginner guides. It's all a relearn cycle for me, but I always like doing this, earlier on, if you will, than these guys rocking it out in max gear telling us all how to do it. So, thank you, and we'll see y'all next time. Shoots!